So Google just released this new AI world model called Genie 3, and it allows people to create interactive worlds that you can explore in real time through using text prompting. So the obvious implication is eventually you'll be able to build your own video games through using a model like this. The second thing, which I think is less talked about, is how a model like this will be used in robotics. So someone or a company will be able to build a digital replica of the environment that they're trying to train their robot on, whether it be a factory, a warehouse, or a laboratory. Then you can send an AI agent in this world to explore it, interact with it, and learn its environment. So think of the agent as the brain of the robot. This is going to be where all the actual decisions are made. So now you're training the AI agent, therefore making it easier to train robots and deploy them in the real world. So how does Genie 3 actually work? Well, there's three main components to it. So you have your environment, your character, and your sketch. So the environment is the world or the scene that you're creating. This could be things like outer space, Mars, Gotham City, a garden, or on top of a mountain. This is all created through using a text prompt. So next you have your character. Your character is going to be the main person or object that's able to interact and explore the world that you created. You can also give your character different capabilities such as jumping, flying, rolling, bouncing, whatever you can think of. So the last thing you have is the actual sketch of your world. So this is just giving you a preview of your world with the character in it, and it's powered by Nano Banana Pro. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple examples of how you can actually use Genie 3. Okay, so this is the website for Genie 3. Now you do need a Google AI Ultra subscription to access this. So you would just come to Google DeepMind's website, and then you can hit try in Project Genie, and then you can hit explore now. All right, so they already have these pre-built worlds that you can explore, but if you want to create your own, you can just come here and hit create your own. Now it'll take you to this page, and then you just have to describe your environment and your character using text prompting. So I'm going to start off with my own environment descriptions that I come up with, and then characters as well. But I'll show you guys an easy way how to do this and how to actually use AI to help you come up with these prompts. Okay, so this is the description I came up with for my environment. It says, a view of Gotham City during a cold night from a high building rooftop. The city is dark but filled with hazily, dimly lit lights. The building is surrounded by other large buildings, and a full moon is visible. So for the character description, it's going to be Batman in an all black bat suit. He has the ability to glide using his bat suit. He can also use his grapple gun to swing from different objects. So when you're describing your character, not only do you want the physical description of the character, but you want to give your character its abilities and capabilities as well too. So provide that in the description when you're describing your character. So you can also choose to be from a third person's point of view or a first person point of view as well too. But once your environment and your character description looks good, just come here and hit create sketch. So Genie is going to use Nano Banana Pro in the background to create your environment and your character and give you a preview of what it looks like. Okay, so this is a preview of what our world looks like. Now, if you wanted to make edits, you would just come down here and you would type in the edits that you want to make to your sketch. So I can say something like add a cape to Batman, and we'll see if we can modify our Batman a little bit. So our modification was successful because it looks like it added a cape to him. So if you want to add any other modifications, you could do that again. But if everything looks good, you can come down here and you can hit create world. So it's giving you instructions on how to move through your world, what keys to use, how to look around, how to navigate your world. And we are flying in the air, right? As you can see, this is Gotham City. And then press space, then he ascends. So as you can see, the moon is visible as well too, right? So we're just flying around Gotham City. So it looks like it pretty much followed our prompt correctly. We were on a high building. It was surrounded by other high buildings. It's a dark night in Gotham. The moon is visible, and you could just play around in your world, right? This is just a rough version of this model, right? So eventually it'll get better. All right. So once you're done exploring the world, you can come down here. You can download the video. You can reuse the prompt, or you can remix the prompt, right? So if you want to use the same description, but just add on to it, then you can do that as well too. Okay, so for the next world that we're going to create, the environment description is an F1 racetrack in Vegas at night surrounded by other F1 drivers during a race. The track is lit with lights to make the track visible. it is also surrounded with billboard advertisements. So for the description of our character, we're saying it's a driver driving the F1 car. Only his hands and the steering wheel is visible. The car has the ability to drift as it turns corners. So for our character description, it's a little bit of a mixture of an object and a person, right? Because it's a driver, but he's also in the car. So we're going to see how Genie handles that. Now for our perspective down here, we're going to change it to a first person perspective because we only want the driver's hands and the steering wheel to be visible. So now we're going to hit create sketch and we're going to see what our preview looks like. All right. So this looks real good. As you can see, there's Vegas in the background. So we have Caesar's Palace. We have the fabulous Las Vegas sign. We have the MGM building and sign on the top right hand corner. So the race is happening at nighttime and we're surrounded by other drivers as well too. So everything looks good here. So I'm just going to hit create world. So when you're creating these worlds, you only have 60 seconds to navigate and move around. So we're going to see what we do. So as you can see, when you bump into the walls, it uses real physics to basically make you ricochet off the walls. So it's pretty cool. And then we're just driving around. And then if I press the space bar, it looks like it's like speeding up a little bit. I want to say. All right, so I'm going to come here and I'll just download this video. Okay, so now if we wanted to use AI to actually help us generate the prompts for our environment and our character, we can come back to the homepage of Genie 3 and then we can hit view prompt guide. So this prompt guide basically teaches us how to write effective prompts. So we can scroll and we can read basically how to create the best prompts. It takes us to the section where it talks about environment prompting. So building the world of your imagination. So you can look through and what it's saying to better understand how to create your environment, right? So left-hand side right here, describe your environment. Is it a forest, city, or a mountain? Get specific about surfaces and terrain. Is it a dirt path, an asphalt road, a calm ocean? So you can describe the style of your environment. Is it a real world, game-like, cartoonish, or even built of nacho cheese? Describe what's inside of your environment. List out any key structures, objects, or additional characters. Is there a stone building with terracotta roofs, temple ruins in the distance? Volcano on the horizon. Describe the way the environment behaves. Include any specific movements you want to appear in the world. Is there wind? Does a dirt road release a dust cloud when your character walks on it? Are there objects that appear while you're exploring? Right? So the same goes for character prompting. Define your character and how it moves through its environment. So describe the appearance or identity. Detail primary actions, capabilities, and movement. Describe how your character affects the world. Right? So then it gives you some general prompting tips for building worlds. Maintain direct, simple, and action-oriented language. Evoke mood through sensory details. Use Gemini to refine your prompt. And that's actually what we're going to do. And then you can fine-tune your world as well, too. So, like I said before, if you get a sketch and you got this preview of the sketch, you can go back and you can make your adjustments as well. So we're going to be using Gemini to actually help us come up with our prompts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to screenshot these guidelines, right? So for our environment prompting, for our character prompting, and then also these prompting tips. So I'm going to come back to the top of the page and I'm also going to screenshot this as well. Okay. So now I'm going to come into Gemini and I'm going to upload all these screenshots that I have. Okay. So this is the prompt that I came up with. It says, I want to create some interesting worlds to explore using Genie 3. Using the screenshots of the best prompting practices, come up with some environment character prompts to help me create these worlds. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to hit Pro. And then I'm going to hit submit and we're going to see what Gemini comes up with. Okay, so we have 3 different worlds that it created for us and it provided some prompts for us. So the first world is going to be the crystalline sky city. This world is inspired by the environment prompting and the general prompting advice to be descriptive, specify style, and use sensory details. So we have the environment prompt and the character prompt for this crystalline sky city. So world 2 is going to be the bioluminescent canopy. So this world focuses on the evoke mood through strong sensory details from the general prompting guide. So we have the description of the environment, the character for that as well too. And then world 3 is going to be the rust desert. Okay, so now we're just going to take this environment prompt that we created and then we're going to copy it and we're going to come back to Genie and then we're going to create a new world using these descriptions. So we have our environment description. We're going to have our character description. Okay, so I'll read out the environment and character description for you guys just so you guys understand what we're creating. So the environment description is a futuristic city. Floats high above the clouds. Buildings are made from shimmering transparent glass and a polished chrome, connected by tubes of pulsing light. The city is illuminated by a soft blue and purple glow within the structures. Below, a sea of white clouds stretches endlessly. So then for a character description, we have a sleek silver drone with 4 glowing blue rotors. It flies smoothly, weaving between the glass towers. The drone's movement creates a soft hum and leaves a faint glowing trail of light behind it. We're going to hit third person, and then we can hit create sketch. Okay, so this is a view of our city. And as you can see, we have the drone as the main object. So now we can hit create world, and then we can explore the world. So one of the cool things about this is that even if your perspective or your view is not on the object and you turn back around, that object should still appear. So it should still exist. As you can see, this building right here, once we turn around, is still right there. The world isn't really being modified just because you change your perspective. Okay, so now we'll make our next world. So this one is going to be the bioluminescent canopy. All right, so for this one, the environment description is a fantastical village is built within the branches of an ancient tree. Moss and bioluminescent fungi glow with soft green and blue light, casting long shadows. Wooden walkways and rope bridges connect the treetop dwellings. A gentle, warm mist fills the air. So the character is a small winged creature glowing with a soft golden light, floats through the air. It moves silently, leaving a trail of shimmering dust. The creature can land on branches and interact with the glowing flora, making it pulse with light. So we'll just hit create sketch. Okay, so this character kind of looks like Tinkerbell, but as you can see, so now we can navigate through the world. Okay, so for world 3, we have the Rust Desert. So we're just going to copy the description for that world and paste it once again. And our character here is going to be a dune buggy. So we'll create the sketch and we'll see what we get. All right, so it looks like it's a dune buggy and it's in a Rust Desert. So we'll hit create world and then we'll see how we can interact with it. All right, this is pretty cool. So like I said before, this is just the beginning of the capabilities of a model like this, right? Don't think of what's happening now. Think of where it's going, right? I would imagine a company like Google would be a lot far ahead of what it's not releasing to the public. So just imagine like a year from now, what you're going to be able to create and do with a technology like this. All right, Charles. So that's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, be sure to drop a comment below or share it with a friend. Let me know your thoughts on Genie 3 and how you could see yourself using something like this.